Right now, I'm going to teach you a meditation for positive energy via being upbeat exercise. That's only 2 minutes, so you can finally stop stress and anxiety by taking positive and energetic control of your life. This meditation for positive energy technique is the 5th of 7 in this week's series. It's super simple and you will know how well it works for you straight away. After the 2-minute meditation for positive energy, I'll also outline the pros and cons of psychotherapy along with the alternatives, address why we need to accept the darkness of night, and guide you in integrating everything you learned today in a special finale exercise. I'm Speed Psychologist and best-selling author Aleks George, and we're now in session. First, give yourself a current mood rating, 1 being very low to 10 being very high mood, and a second 1 being very low to 10 being very high stress/anxiety rating. Just go with whatever mood number or stress anxiety number that first comes to mind. Now, I need you to promise me that I will have your full attention and best effort for just 2 minutes, okay? If you are sure that you can do that right now, then get ready. Also, please note, make sure you are in a safe place, and if you feel unusually uncomfortable during any exercise, stop immediately and go have a drink of water. So, are you ready? Really? To feel better? Just 2 minutes from now. You sure? Great. Let's begin. Sit up tall, shoulders back, head up, and close or shield your eyes if safe to do so. Now follow my simple instructions. Breathe deep, be strong, focus all of your attention on relaxing into the rhythm and flow of these meditative rhymes that grow into you becoming upbeat. In your mind's eye, see a street where roaring rhythms repeat in a fleet of fancy feet. It is your energetically evocative, positive prerogative to not retreat. Rise from your seat and feel the complete upbeat. Let your brain daringly dance, swing and flow until you blow the heat of a booming heartbeat into an exquisite epiphany. You can cease to regret and forget what was down and instead look ahead and up. Prime rhythm and rhyme, soul and time inside your sublime mind's eye. Now allow an intense new insight, a life change for immediate use will come in 3, 2, 1. There it is. Rise from your seat. Rise and repeat the feeling of the complete upbeat. That's right. That's right. That's it. We're done. Simple, right? Easy, hey? Feeling better? I'm sure. Really, check in now and review if your mood and stress anxiety scores have improved. If you gave me your full attention and best effort, then I bet they have. How much did they improve? 10%, 20, 30, 50 or more? And in just 2 minutes? If your scores didn't improve, that's okay. You may just need a few more repetitions or may find it easier to benefit from a different 2-minute brain exercise. I will release 7 related meditations over the week, and they're always just a couple of minutes. Each exercise builds on the last, and they become easier to do and more effective as you get used to them. Before we move on, I want you to really consider how your life could be better by consistently using these kinds of exercises. What would it be like to be in control and unaffected rather than being controlled by the news and social media, work bullies, and negative people? What would it feel like to have greater peace of mind and focus so you can perform at your best and feel good about who you are and what you do? In a moment, I'm going to answer 1 or 2 modern psychology questions from the community. To connect with me and the community, just go to 2minutebrain.com and join the email list. You can, of course, like, rate, subscribe, and follow me on this channel, but to enjoy free giveaways like my best-selling books and programs, which are only available to subscribers through the website, and to personally ask me and get an answer to your own important psychology question, it must be through my free-to-join email list. Questions like, what can I do to not take my work or my work anxiety home with me, which I will answer in the next session. Also, all the way back from episode 5 of the Meditation for Anxiety series, questions like how to worry less, and also the other question was how to sleep better. The only way you will be able to ask me your question is by reply emailing me once you're on the list. The sooner you join, the more bonus goodies you'll get, like early access benefits to the 2-Minute Brain app currently in development that takes exercises like the one you just experienced and connects them sequentially with others into fantastic brain-flowing peak performance experiences. It will allow you to become your own mental health and peak performance DJ. Sound good? Really good? Almost too good? Then go sign up now and get all the latest updates from the 2minutebrain.com email list. Okay, riddle me this, Bat Psych. Do you think everyone should have some form of therapy, and what would the world look like if this was the case? Well, we all need guidance, but those forms can be many. So teachers, parents, uncles, aunts, friends, deep friends who are confidants, coaches, can all play these roles to a certain extent. So as much as I do believe in therapy in many cases, I'm still quite humble around this. So for one thing, there's a good chance that psychotherapy as done today may change considerably in the next 100 years, as it did in the last 100. We all have to be open to accepting that we don't have all the answers. Psychotherapy isn't always the best method for the person. Let's say I had a very tense person come to session and say, I'm finding massage more helpful than psychotherapy. And then I, of course, would ask why, because that's what therapists do. And they would say, I like the tactile nature. I like the environment it's done in. I like the pain being released. There's knots untangled. Well, then I'm going to say, that's fantastic. Do more of that. And if you can only afford one option at this time, do that. I would, right? So I often don't feel the need to talk about myself, even though I'm definitely open to doing it, or have another person guide me, although sometimes that is absolutely the best choice. I often like to be communicated to in a more unfamiliar form, a walk in the forest, a swim in the ocean, a hike up a mountain, or via creative expression, drawing, dancing, designing, writing, building. All creative expressions are therapeutic. What about exercise? Is exercise a form of therapy? Often it is not. Sadly, exercise is often used as symptom relief, but it definitely can be therapy if a creative and or social aspect is brought to it. So when the doctor says, go walking or running, and you do so, but you hate everything about it, that's not therapy. Alternatively, choosing a sport with other people you like, or doing a sport that connects you to nature or allows you to creatively free yourself and express yourself in the moment, then that definitely is a form of therapy. So exercise without the creative, expressive, and social aspect is not really very therapeutic in most cases. So overall, we absolutely need therapy. However, finding the right forms is crucial, and also the right amount of each form. Everybody would benefit from a type of regular one-on-one support in whatever form fits best, but the frequency is also crucial. Some people need to talk about themselves a lot, and some people much more occasionally, but the process itself is invaluable. Want to ask me your own question? Just go over to 2minutebrain.com and join the email list. At the moment, I'm personally answering people's questions pretty quickly, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on this channel. I'm happy to answer questions on mental health, such as stress, anxiety, mood, painful events, happiness, work-life performance, relationships, intimate, family, friends, kids, and of course the state of the world and why we do what we do. Before we continue, I want to explain what 2-Minute Brain is all about, because it's both as simple and not as simple as it seems. The first and most obvious goal is to offer the fastest and most practical methods to reduce mental health struggles and reach peak performance, so you can meet the demands of this often overwhelming and ultra-competitive modern world. The sad truth is, you do have to learn how to consistently be at your best, or you will be left behind. That's what these speed brain rewiring strategies are all about. These are the essential skills, but that's only the part of the iceberg that's above the surface. The second, much deeper goal is about members of this community reaching their highest forms of self-expression. Here, we are no longer talking about peak performance, but peak freedom. Good living is not just about productively functioning well. It's about wrestling with complex moral issues, paradoxical laws of nature, human contradiction, and seeking profound and immeasurable truths. This is where we dive deeply into the murky depths of existence and seek to free our self-expression. And in true 2-Minute Brain style, I'll also explore these topics just a couple minutes at a time via an impassioned monologue. So stick around if you want to spread your arms wide, crank up Celine Dion to volume 11, and safely explore rather than crash into the iceberg that is human consciousness and potential. We're nearing the end of today's session. Soon, I will summarize it all and get you focused on using what you have found most helpful in one final, fun and fast meditative exercise. But before the finale, it's time for today's 2-minute monologue, which usually consists of a metaphorical poetic performance where I often intentionally don't give clear advice or answers, that will hopefully stimulate you to also explore and find your own deeper truths within and greater self-expressive courage. It's our 6th Light and Dark Thursday. Today's brief poetic monologue is titled Let There Be Light, and outlines why we need all forms of light, especially the more subtle forms that are often avoided today. This would actually help us adjust to, trust more, and enrich our experience of the darkness of night. Let there be light. Light. Let there be light. What is the light of our world? What kind of light do we use when facing the night? It is rarely the gentleness of candlelight that tends to illuminate but still dance with the shadows. Soft lamp light, too, is also rarely seen. No, we must blast away the darkness with fluorescent and neon brightness. But the darkness is always there. Brighter lights create darker shadows. Our darkest activities are advertised with some of the most blaring lights. But beside them, those shadows remain. Be on guard for the fluorescent fangs dripping with venom and neon nipples delivering powdered milk. The keep you blue lights of your nighttime devices and the hellish neon reds of hidden alleys aim to push and press and barge the shadows to the side. But they always find a way through and remain within you. Such signs always burn out. Signs become fractured symbols with missing letters and body parts. The large volumes of energy required to burn as brightly as possible and overcome the darkness always fails. Only light that flickers and waves and dances with darkness can start to make the unknown known. You cannot beat the darkness out. Fireworks, laser shows, explosions are always fleeting. Endless channels of entertainment and distraction cannot spare you. The light must go off. Even the softest candle must be blown out. When you lie with real darkness, you will later be awoken by inextinguishable light. If you're having fun, make sure you like and subscribe and follow this channel, and also go to 2minutebrain.com and join the email list. Now, let's bring all of it meaningfully together in an integrative exercise that will conclude today's session. Sit up tall, shoulders back, head up, and close or shield your eyes if safe to do so. Now listen and follow along closely. Prime, rhythm and rhyme, soul and time inside your sublime mind's eye, so you can regularly rise and repeat the feeling of the complete upbeat. Now consider what you learned today about how to utilize all the different forms of therapy available in your life. Things like connecting and obtaining guidance from many inspirational people, seeking greater connection and communication with nature, utilizing creative expression to find emotional freedom, or something else. Also now consider what you learned today about how to better perceive and relate to light and darkness in all its forms. Reflect on the more subtle lights and shadows and the deeper darkness of the night that is often ignored or avoided, and how enriching and life-expanding these forms of experience can be by recognizing the variety and awe instead of fear around darkness. Or maybe now reflect on something else that occurred to you throughout our time together. Of all these things, what most struck a chord and feels right? Envision how you will use this now and in the future. And notice how you will have changed looking back on this moment and the next, all the way until you are where you wish to be. Allow all the lessons now to come together, to ripple through you, and now changed back out into the world. That's right. That's right. To connect with me and the community, just go to 2minutebrain.com and join the email list. You can, of course, like, rate, subscribe, and follow me on this channel, but to enjoy free giveaways like my best-selling books and programs, which are only available to subscribers through the website, and to personally ask me and get an answer to your own important psychology question, it must be through my free-to-join email list. Questions like, what can I do to not take my work or my work anxiety home with me, which I will answer in the next session. Also, all the way back from episode 5 of the Meditation for Anxiety series, questions like how to worry less, and also the other question was how to sleep better. The only way you will be able to ask me your question is by reply emailing me once you're on the list. The sooner you join, the more bonus goodies you'll get, like early access benefits to the 2-Minute Brain app currently in development that takes exercises like the one you just experienced and connects them sequentially with others into fantastic brain-flowing peak performance experiences. It will allow you to become your own mental health and peak performance DJ. Sound good? Really good? Almost too good? Then go sign up now and get all the latest updates from the 2minutebrain.com email list. And I'll see you, all of you, whether you believe it yet or not, in our next session.